And now, Legal Insights with Gus Anastopoulo Law Firm.
Your car may look good as new after a crash, but the value may never fully recover. In South Carolina, drivers can legally pursue compensation for that hidden financial hit through what's called a diminished value claim. Well, here with more on this legal insight, let's welcome back Gus Anastopoulo of the Gus Anastopoulo Law Firm. Good to have you with us.
Always a pleasure, Layla.
So what exactly is the definition of a diminished value claim? What is that exactly?
So diminished value is the value of that can't be recovered after the car has been fixed, even if it's a flawless repair. So the being repaired is not the same as being restored.
Okay, and why can a car lose value even after it's been repaired?
Sure, so the accident's going to stay on the vehicle history report. So the next buyer is going to go to purchase the vehicle, see the accident, and they're going to want a discount. And so it'd be the same concept as if you go to purchase a new iPhone and you know that the screen had been repaired. You're going to want a discount because you know it's been dropped.
Right, okay. How does South Carolina law treat diminished value claims differently from actual repair costs after a crash?
So two claims, same accident. So repair cost is what it costs to put the car back together. And the diminished value is the money that's left over, the money that the value that the car has lost that can't be recovered.
Okay. What kinds of accidents or vehicles tend to produce the biggest claims?
Typically, it's the higher value vehicles with lower mileage. Those are going to be the more valuable claims, and also ones with a bigger impact in frame damage. Those are typically the more valuable diminished value claims.
So if a car hasn't been totaled.
Exactly.
So if it reaches just below that threshold.
Exactly.
Right, okay. Is there a time limit for filing a diminished value claim?
Typically 3 years. Now, I wouldn't wait that long. Main reason why is because you want to know what the value is at the car at the time, what the market's doing. And so it's always important to make sure that you get the ball rolling as soon as you can after one of these accidents.
Okay, so you start the process immediately.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. What are the biggest mistakes that drivers make when dealing with the at-fault driver's insurance company?
You know, well, I see a lot, and the first one is sometimes they don't even deal with the at-fault insurance company. They go through their own collision. And the reason why a lot of people do that is because typically it's a faster process. Now, when you go through your collision, you can only recover the repair cost. Diminished value isn't covered under collision. And so that's a big mistake, is they think that they run everything through their collision and they don't even ask about diminished value. The second is when they do go through the other party's insurance company, they assume that the repair cost is everything and they don't even ask about diminished value. And so the insurance company is betting that you're not going to ask, so ask. And the third one is just assuming that whatever is offered to them is their top offer. So those are the three biggest ones that I typically see.
And something that I just thought of, so does this apply to people who own their cars, who are financing their vehicles, or is this also applicable to leases?
Yeah, absolutely. It applies to both. And so, you know, when we can get into gap coverage and things like that for vehicles that are totaled out, but yes, it's going to apply under both those scenarios.
It does, okay. You had mentioned South Carolina has a formal arbitration process, so maybe you can kind of guide us through what that looks like.
Sure. So it's not a jury trial, and to initiate the process, all you need to do is submit a arbitration claim form with the court. You can just call up the clerk's office, they'll guide you through it. And so arbitration is where a neutral third-party arbitrator hears both sides. They're going to consider the evidence. The evidence is going to be the estimates, photos, things like that. So what it does is it lets a neutral third party make the final decision rather than the insurance company.
Yeah, and that's in cases when the insurance company either refuses to pay or refuses to pay what you feel that it is valued
Exactly.
at. Oh, okay. And what evidence should someone gather to strengthen their claim? You had mentioned, you know, photos and things like that, but what else can you do?
So couple things. First is make the adjuster show you their work, and what you want to ask them for is the comps that they used when they assign the value, and you're looking for an apples to apples comparison here, talking same year, same or similar mileage, and also same engine. I mean, a V8's not a V6. So you want, so if one of those is off, then their number's off. Second is you want to do your own comps, and you can pull them from Auto Trader, Carvana, Cars.com, places like that. Pull your comps and compare them against their offer, and then the gap between those numbers, that's going to be your evidence. And so if they still dig their heels, then at that point, that's maybe when you want to bring in an independent appraiser or an attorney.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going to be my next question. So at that point, that's when you should call Gus.
That's at that point, we're happy to take your call, see if we can help.
Great. All right. And how do people find you?
They can find us online, guslawsc.com, or give us a call, 843-310-5555.
Wonderful. Good to see you again,
Thanks,
Gus.
Layla.
Appreciate the great information. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
This has been Legal Insights with Gus Anastopoulo Law Firm.
They rejected our offer again? I hate Gus!
Hey, I'm Gus, and when I started my firm, I had one goal: doing right by my clients. No shortcuts, no excuses, just real results for injured South Carolinians. The insurance companies know our reputation. I'd hate me too if I were them, but I'm not worried about them. When you hire me, it's Gus versus them, and we let the results do the talking. When you need a lawyer, ask yourself, who do you want on your side?